You want to see the fruit and you want to see the promises, that takes responsibility. You've got to leave comfort and you've got to go and follow. And when He does come, when He does fix you, that is the foundation upon which you stand. That is everything that you are. That is what you can count on. Because He did for me before, He will do it again. I have not walked away. He has stood with me, but He's showing me something about myself. Your difficult situation, all things will be done for my glory. How do you understand that He is your provider? El Shaddai, He's your every need, unless you go through a bit of hard time. And when He comes up and then He gives you that little bit of abundance, how much more are you grateful for that little bit of abundance? Maybe before, not too long ago, you were praying just for a job. What are you doing with what He gave you? I'm not just talking about your finances, man. I'm talking about your heart. I'm talking about all those victories where God squeezes Himself into time and space to show you that He is real, that He answered your prayer, that He taught you something from His word, that He changed you, manifested in whatever way, shape or form, through other people, reaffirmed the scripture, did whatever, that He did all of that while taking care of the roof over your head, while giving you a warm bed to sleep on, while giving you food in your tummy. Oh, but is God with us? Do you want to play that game? Yeah, I can backtrack a couple of books here and I can show you what happened last time I asked that question. How can you not look at all the blessings around you and say, how can He not be with me? And if He is with me, well, but let's just move forward, man, because I know you got it. I know you're going out ahead of me, and I'm going to fight to stay here with you. See, we look at the term Talmud and we look at this thing of, oh, you know, okay, he's a student, yeah, he studied and we think of school. I don't know about you, but I still laugh at the back to school lads. I'm really glad I'm not there. Back to school, go to school. Yeah, I'm not at school, so I'm not very happy. If you're at school, it will change. I really did not like school. I don't like people telling me who I could be and what I could be and who I was going to be because my whatever point wasn't done or I wasn't paid up to date or whoever, whatever they said I was going to be. I'm sorry. You don't get to decide that. You go through this process and you think, what is it? What is it, Talmud? Someone with a desire to become like their teacher, to know Him better. To know is to experience. How do you pray? What do you feel about kids? Do you love kids? Don't you love kids? How do you interact with your wife? How do you do this? How do you do that? You look at people and you should see fruits of the Messiah. Paul said, follow me as I follow Christ. If you do not see a clear cut in Scripture, look at the fruit of those around you and say, what are you doing that's getting this response? And I can promise you, you can trace it back to Scripture. No, children, keep away, keep away. No, he says, let the children come. I made these two. No, it's our disciple time. It's only about us. And why is he teaching everybody else? Maybe he's not just there for you. Maybe they need to hear something from God so that they can move forward. Are you watching what God did, studying what He did, what He said, so you can better be like Him? Where is your fire? Where is your passion? Where is your desire to be able to do that? That takes hard work, that takes focus, and that takes pushing. If you don't feel it, ask God for it. Maybe that's the part where you start. Abba, I'm not where I should be. How do I get there? Give me a desire to serve you. Change my heart so I can see the blessings, I can see the benefits, I can want to spend more time with you. It's amazing. Any relationship in the beginning stages is, well, okay, my generation, it was a 2-hour phone call. Made my parents extremely happy. Until they brought that 7 rand thing in. Only from 7. And you would be able to talk to them about their day and what they did and what was going on and where they are and all the rest of it. Just to hear their voice made you happy. And as your relationship grows, matures in the right way. Do me a favor, if you're still dating, dating is a bad idea. Dating is not biblical. You're listening to me. It's not saying, dating teaches us that we can get together, break up, get together, break up, get together, break up, and then we never stop to ask the questions, what do I want in a godly man? What, or lady? What do I want him to be like? How are they going to act? What do I require from that? And I look for those characteristics and I go, I don't have to go through 15 bad relationships to tell you they didn't have it. If you do not see godliness in them, do me a favor, stay. If you really like that person, pray for them. And when you see godliness start to manifest, maybe He's getting him ready for you. But don't go put your toe in situations where you shouldn't be. There's preparation that needs to take place. Change in you, change in them, so that when you come home, your parents don't want to kill you. You notice it's kind of a big thing to have your parents' approval of what you're bringing into the house because they know you better than you know you sometimes. Stop and consider. Stop and think. Stop and go forward. Look for what's going on in front of you. We get so caught up in what we want and what we think we want and where we are that we just don't stop to think where God is. We need to fight for the right stuff. We need to get that desire back. We need to be able to push ourselves into the Word. We need to ask God to fix our relationships, strengthen us to get us to where we need to be. I'm not just talking about husbands and wives. I'm talking about children and parents. I'm talking about, your greater relationships around you. And especially as the body. If you do not respect your husband or respect your spouse, how do you expect anybody else to? If you do not respect your children, what are you teaching them? If they do not respect you, what do you say? And if we can understand a simple thing as respect, how much more complicated is love? What does it mean to serve? What does it mean to give everything that I am to make sure that my kids understand this is how you should behave? And when I mess up, I can go to them and say, I've had to do this. Jada did something really wrong. He came around the corner. I whacked him, but I had more flex in my wrist than what I wanted. He was naughty, he needed a hiding. But the connection was too strong. And he had like 4 little, very little red welts on the side of his bum. And it was just for a second, I lost that part of love in correction. And after I calmed him down, I had to go to him and say, Daddy, sorry, I didn't mean to hit you that hard. God was teaching me something about myself. I didn't mean to say it like that. I didn't mean to do it like that. I didn't think before I acted. If I taught him that it's okay to run around hitting people as hard as what I wanted them to, what do you think he's going to do? And when I'm bailing him out of jail because he goes around beating people up, and then I'm going to go, how could you act like that? I don't need to look for. You need to stop, check your walk. You need to look. If your family is unhappy, stop and ask the question, Abba, we need help, but what are we going to do to fix this? How are we going to change, Lord? Show us what we need to do. Show me how to lead my home. Show me how to love them. Show me what it is to be a godly man. There's so many of these things that are so in Scripture that we just never look up. What does it mean to love, honor, and obey? What does it mean to submit? What does it mean to walk with? If you don't want to be changed, nothing is going to change. So let me tell you now, God will take you around that mountain again because He loves you. Yeah, I don't like the man I was, hey? People loved me. They thought I was funny. They thought I joked around. They thought I was a good guy. So a lot of people struggle with why I am like I am today. But I don't like it. I would have hurt a lot of people if I carried on acting the way I am, the way I was. But with that in mind, I know I'm not that person anymore, so I choose not to act like it. I choose to teach my family different ways. I choose to give them a different option to what I learned growing up. I choose to do it the way He told me to. And I will not let go until I see Abba has done His work. And I believe that's until He either comes and fetches me, or I'm in the ground. Why do other people have to fight for you when you don't want to fight for you? And when people are fighting for you, why don't you listen? Stop fighting with and fight for. Fight for your relationships. Fight for your God. Fight for your faith. Stand up and be counted. And no matter what is going on around you, Abba, I'm here. I might not understand it, I might not like it, but Abba, I'm here. You need to check your feet. God has done a lot of things to get you to where you are right now. He's changed a lot of things and He's moved a lot of people and made them quite uncomfortable in many cases, just so that you can have work, just so that you can have a roof over your head, just so that you can have family. And I'm sure I just have to talk to you guys a little bit, and I'm sure there's a whole bunch of begruntled people that have left in the wake. Because what they saw was the world, and they didn't see what God saw. If God has fought so hard to get you to where you are, and He keeps on fighting so hard for you, why don't you start fighting for Him? Amen?
Amen.
Any questions, any thoughts?
No,
No, right.
if I could just give some advice